Well, you say you want another chance at a fine little happy romance, that you learn the error of your ways, and you'll never break my heart that way. But I don't know if you can tell the truth from the lies inside your head, and I can't bring myself to go through that hell with you, not again.
Hey everybody, we're here today at Fit Body Boot Camp in Rockland, Massachusetts with the owner, Leon Beeloo. Leon, how you doing today?
Hey, doing good.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having us in, man.
You bet. Thank you for coming.
So Leon, tell us a little bit about Fit Body Boot Camp.
Well, Fit Body Boot Camp is our private studio here. We basically help our clients that are looking for a very effective and efficient workout. Most of my clients are coming in because they are looking to drop some weight, but they have schedules that are really, really tough for them to get to the gym on a regular basis. So rather than having people go out and hit treadmills for an hour or whatnot, we bring them in here. We do 30-minute workouts. It's high-intensity interval training, so we take them through a series of metabolic work using weights as well as cardio. And we get awesome results for our clients in that 30-minute period, 3 to 4 times a week. It's a really great formula. The other thing that I like to talk about too is that we go beyond just the exercise. So we want to give you all the tools that you need. So it's healthy eating, it's accountability, it's support, and obviously with our studio here, it's all about the community as well, and just making it very inclusive for people.
So looking around here, I see a whole bunch of really cool things to support your members. There's like the pictures on the wall. We've got the stars. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So again, we're a results-focused studio. That's what it's all about. So, I want to make sure it's a good fit for my clients when they come in. We do the before and afters if people are comfortable to do that. Usually, it's one of those things that they're very uncomfortable when they start. And they're like, I don't know about that. But after they go through one of our 6-week or 8-week transformation challenges, and they feel awesome about themselves and their energy that they have, and having that visual proof of kind of how they're physically looking externally, because they usually get a ton of compliments, which is awesome, but they don't always see that tangible proof.
Right.
So the before and afters are awesome. The stars on the wall, so basically the silver stars, those are clients that have been through 250 sessions.
Wow.
Actually, today we just had our first 500 session person, so that's the big gold star. So
Awesome.
We got one lonely gold star up there, but there's a whole slew of people behind that ready to go.
That's awesome.
So we look for lots of opportunities to celebrate victories, and finding those victories and non-scale victories too, because frankly the scale's stupid, right? It's just a number. What I tell people all the time is nobody walks around with a sign over their head that says, hey, I weigh blah, 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 whatever that number is. You walk around with presence. You walk around with energy and vitality. It's what's in your heart. And what I find is that movement is medicine. People that tend to engage in more activity and are working on themselves on a regular basis, they just project more into the world. They impact people's lives around them in very positive ways. And that's what I hope to build into our community to kind of help extend that, not just in these 4 walls, but out there on the South Shore.
So walking in the door, I noticed that you guys have the Fit Rank system here. I've never seen that before. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. So Fit Ranks is a group that we work with. It's actually the guy Nick Raines that does it he's ex-Army and has put that program together. What's really cool is it gives our clients a progression to work towards. So we like to start people off with a fitness test to kind of see where they're at. Always really cool when someone's like, I can do 2 push-ups, or I can only do them on my knees, but to over time get them to a point where they go from a Fit Ranks level 1, which is a basic push-up, to level 3, which you're now doing them on your toes and getting through that. So now we're starting to go again non-scale victories, right? Now we're starting to talk about what can you achieve, and some of these people weren't athletes. They didn't do high school sports, and doing a push-up wasn't something that they naturally did through their life. So to be at this point in their life and knocking it out of the park by being able to do that's awesome. So again, the fit ranks itself just gives that opportunity to kind of take them from where they're at to a new level of appreciation on the whole mind-body connection and moving them to, again, just empowerment and developing that energy for.
Tell us about the history of Fit Body Boot Camp. Where did it come from?
Yeah, so Fit Body Boot Camp they're a franchise out of California. It's been around for a couple of years now. There's not a lot here on the East Coast. They have about 500 different outlets across the country, Canada, out in Europe, and there's actually, I think, one or two out in Australia as well. So pretty good operation. They, definitely have a good focus on what I believe in too, which is just that, making exercise something that fits into a typical American schedule, right? There aren't that many people that can go out and train 6 hours a week, whereas if we can fit something in that 30-minute period, 3 to 4 times a week and get great results, at the end of the day, that's what people want. So they've done a really good job kind of packaging that. They help a lot with just kind of building the culture, and how to make sure that this is not just a place to sweat, but a fit family, right? And kind of bringing that inclusion together.
Hey,
so
Fit Family.
That's what we call you guys.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. How'd you get into this?
Yeah, so this is kind of a second career for me. So my story basically was I lived the American dream, right? I went to school, got my degree, got a job, started working and working and working. I mean, I had a corporate gig. I was working 70 hours a week. I was actually at my heaviest, probably about 225, 230 pounds. And it just got to the point where that type of work wasn't fulfilling for me. And for me, the wake-up call was having my physical with the doctor and then pulling out the prescription pad and this high blood pressure and cholesterol and everything else. And hey, Leon, you're gonna have to lose a few. And all right, so before I took the scripts, it was, all right, how do I manage this like a human being rather than a test tube case? So it kind of started my journey. The first thing I did was I stepped foot in a dojo for the first time at like 36, 37 years old. So if you think coming to boot camp's intimidating, go to a dojo and let an 18-year-old head kick you for the first time in your life. It's awesome.
Nice.
This is nothing after you do that. So I quickly realized at that point that I needed to probably up my game a little bit.
I love it.
As far as the working out and things like that. So, it just became a progression. Like I started exercising, I started getting that good energy that you get when you work out. I started feeling more confident, better about myself. One of the things I wanted to do just to kind of keep myself motivated is I ended up getting certified as a personal trainer. Did that, I figured, if I'm a personal trainer, I can't let myself go back, I can't backslide. So did that. I was teaching, classes at a boxing gym. I was, still doing my martial arts training at the time, things like that. And everything just kind of snowballed. Corporate world does what the corporate world does. And I got laid off for the third time from this same job because they kept hiring me back, which was fun.
Yeah.
I figured third time was a charm. I took the money and ran, and voila, here you go.
Here we are.
Fit Body Boot Camp, Rockland.
That's awesome.
So what does your schedule look like during the week?
All right, so our schedule basically, we're open 7 days a week. We run well over 45 sessions during the week. We start as soon as 5 a.m. in the morning. Again, the whole purpose of that is to make sure that we give our clients the opportunity, whether it's first thing in the morning or later in the evening, to get that session in. That goal is 3 to 4 times 30 minutes. That's all it takes during the week. So we try to make that as easy and convenient as possible for our clients.
That's a lot of sessions. It gives you no excuses. You can find 30 minutes throughout your week,
Right.
3 times.
Yeah, and then the way we roll it too is it's the same session throughout the day. So it's not like you're missing a particular class if you don't make the 9 o'clock. So what we run at 5 a.m. is basically the same thing we run at 5 p.m. So it keeps that consistency in place so that they're getting the same training, even if they flip from one day in the morning to the next day in the afternoon. The progression and everything from the training and the schedule works out the same.
Right.
So if your classes are run similarly, how does somebody progress to higher levels?
A lot of it is, what we do from a coaching standpoint is working on intensity. Okay, and what I typically will tell people is, if you are just starting out, you're going to get a great workout. If you are a triathlete and doing that very same workout as, say, somebody trying to lose 50 pounds, you'll still get a great workout if you apply the proper amount of intensity, right? So it's going to be going deeper in your squats, working closer on your lunges and things like that. When we work with our clients, we want to think about what muscles are you engaging, right? To take somebody who hasn't exercised in 20 years and tell them to engage your lat muscles when you're doing a row doesn't make a lot of sense, right? So we want to get them moving first. Once they're starting to progress and they're starting to work through it, it's like, okay, instead of keep carrying that weight high in your shoulders, I want you to move that down, engage those lat muscles, really focus on your core and your breathing while you're doing that. So working through technique and form to get improvement, and then obviously picking up heavier weights, that's going to be important as well.
So you have a lot of classes during the week. How does that work as far as membership and pricing goes?
Yeah, so we are results focused, and typically what I like to do with my clients, we let folks try us out for a week for free. So if you haven't come in here before, I want you to experience it. I want you to experience the community. I want you to experience the workout. I want you to experience the fact that 30 minutes will do the job for you. There's some people that have doubts because they spend time on a treadmill for an hour at a time and they're not getting results. Right. So I want them to at least see what it's all about. From there, basically, I'll take them typically through like a very short-term, 4-week, 6-week kind of a challenge. So we'll do the weigh-ins, the measurements, we'll do some testing just to see where they're at physically, and then see where they're at the end of that period of time. Again, so they can experience the results. There's no commitment. And I actually, the cool thing, and I don't know if anybody else does that, I actually back that first program up with a money-back guarantee. So if they pay $97 for that first 4 weeks, if they're unhappy, if they don't like me, if I smell bad, I don't care. I will give them their money back, no questions asked. And again, the reason I do that is because it's family, right? And if you don't want to be part of my family, that's cool. There's certainly tons of options out there, but the people that are here because they want to be, not because they're locked into any kind of a contract or agreement, as far as that goes. And then basically it's sitting down and looking at what your goals are. If your goal is to get to level 7 fit ranks, that's, we'll build out a plan for that. And then, the longer you set up your kind of goal set, the pricing will vary based off of that. But otherwise, if you just want to do a month at a time, we can set it up that way for you as well.
Do you have a drop-in rate? Like, can somebody just pop in? Or
That's a good question. I get asked that frequently, and I tell you, we don't do drop-ins, and the reason for it is because I hold our culture at a pretty high value, okay? And that's not to say that the people that do drop-ins and things like that will ruin it. It's just that there's not that consistency, right? So there's value in having somebody coming 3-4 times a week, working progressively towards their goals, and then incorporating the culture and the family into that process to build on that. And it's really, really difficult to build that kind of community when you have somebody that shows up one day and they're like, oh yeah, I did boot camp on Monday and I did cycling on Tuesday and I went to do jujitsu on Wednesday. It's like, it's just a different vibe, and it's not wrong. It's just not what we hold in high esteem here.
So, are you ready to take us through a workout?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
Love
let's.
to. So we got a great set up for today. So
we need to make Jeff cry this morning.
okay. All right, ready to go? You ready for boot camp? Yep. Awesome. So we're going to bring a little energy into this one today. This is going to be a good cardio set. We're going to be working through a declining timer, okay? What that means, basically, we're going to go from a minute 15 down to a minute, down to 50 seconds and 40 seconds. What I want you to think about as we go through each of the stations is bringing that intensity up as the timer goes down, all right? So we're going to work a little bit of a different energy system here. Heavy on the cardio to start with, a little bit more sprint focused as we get towards the end of the workout itself, all right? So we got 5 stations, and we'll walk you through those. First one, basically, we're gonna do a zigzag run. So this is just kind of a pretty straightforward movement. I do want to make sure that you're anchoring and planting that foot on each turn. So when you're coming across, you're going to be out, moving across, plant, moving across, plant, moving across. And you can kind of work into your cadence there to get a little bit more activity through that. So if you want to take one through just real quick, just get a couple in there and just have a look. Yep, plant through, stop. That's it, good. Nice athletic movements, perfect. All right, so we are going to do a full sit-up. So typically full sit-ups, if you have back issues, we don't recommend coming all the way up, but you're good. We're going to work on that. So we're going to do it with the med ball here. You want to go heavy, brother? Sure, why not? All right, so we're going to use a 30-pound med ball on this one. We do go down with some lighter ones. So that first off in that sit-up position, we'll have you sit in there. Feet are going to be down. We want the core engagement in. With that med ball, you're just going to hold that up on your chest, bringing that up, and then we're going to pass it across. Okay, so just focus that energy on your core. And as we get in there, we're going to work in. So we're going to bring back. I'm coming up, hand it off to you. We both come down, back up, in. All right, so we're going to do 10 of those, and we're going to flip over to our push-ups. Okay, so it's a partner push-up. A couple things on the push-up I just want to make sure we got on the form. So first thing is a nice solid plank. Make sure elbow, shoulder, wrist, all nice straight line. We're going to keep that head kind of focused here in the eye level. Nice strong plank. We're going to come down, chest to the ground, back up, right hand, smack, left hand. We're going to rock 10 of those, all right? So the timer's up. When we're through with that one, we're going to come over here. We're doing a forward and back motion on this one. First one's going to be a bear crawl. All right, so bear crawl is just that. We're walking on all fours like a wild animal, right? So we're in, just kind of focus in. You can work yourself through as fast as you feel comfortable on that, okay? Once you're done with that one, we're going to come up. We're going to go backwards in a reverse lunge. So a couple things on those reverse lunges. So I know you got some knee issues. Always want to make sure front knee is going to stay anchored right over that ankle. This one's coming down into this 90-90 move. Push yourself up from this leg into a full standing. Make sure you have your balance. Back in. Keep that core tight, chest up, and pushing back in. Awesome. That's it. So we're going to take that one forward and back just like that. So this will definitely get your heart rate up all the way through. And we're going to head over to our last station over here. You're going to grab 2 sets of dumbbells. All right. You've done bicep curls recently?
Yes.
All right. You know your weights on those?
Yep.
All right. So we're going to grab a set of weights for bicep curls. You go a little bit lighter on the shoulder raises. So shoulder raises, because it's a heavily levered move, we're going to go lighter on that one. We'll go through. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do 10 of the shoulder raises. It's going to be a forward and a lateral. So we're going to come up to shoulder line, out to the side, straight down to the leg, back up, over, and then down. Perfect. That's it. That one real quick. I'm just have you do that one more time for me. So we just want to make sure the height stays right at that shoulder line. You don't really need to go any higher than that. So as long as that feels comfortable, there's no impingement, you're in great shape. Feel good?
Yep.
All right. Second move is going to be a bicep curl. So we're going to start again, nice athletic stance, slight bend in the knees, core's tight, palms are facing out, and we're just rocking those dumbbells up to the shoulder, back nice and slow. I always like to move these at tempo so we don't have to go super fast, pushing them up and back. You're actually better off going nice, slow, and controlled. Good. Working on that breathing, perfect. Pushing through. Good. Excellent, John. Any questions? Nope. Form looks great. I don't see anything out of the ordinary there, so I think you're in good shape. So you ready to go?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's do this.
nobody told me to. Oh, and I saw right through to the pain no one sees in you now. Take it out to the end of the day, and now you look at me and you got nothing to say about. Take a step, but you take it away, and you think that you own me every day. Well, I got a little message for you about all the little things you put me through, and now time is time for me to take no more, and I think it's time to set the score. Your time has come, and now you're gonna be the one. It's your turn to cry. It's my time now.
All right, gentlemen, how do you feel?
Oh, feel good.
Did work.
So, that was our workout here at Fit Buddy Boot Camp in Rockland. People, 30 minutes. You have no excuses not to come and do this.
That's all it takes.
Yep.
Where can they find you online?
www.southshorefitbody.com.
And are you on Facebook
We are on Facebook, South Shore Fit.
and Instagram?
Instagram, what is my Fit Body South Shore _ South Shore?
Yes.
So,
Look them up, come by, check it out. It's a great workout
Yeah,
and an
please
awesome
do.
community. If you're looking for someone that's going to support you, this is the place to come by.
yeah, thank you, gentlemen. Nice work today.
See you guys next week.
I'm in a place I wanna be. I'm fighting things no one can